broadcast on the channel T-Zanism. I'll switch you. Where the Jamestown Bluejays will be taking on your Legacy Sabers. In our last meeting on January 16th, Jamestown topped Legacy 3-2. Legacy struck first when Harrison Johnson scored on the power play within 1:39 into the period. At the 8:18 mark in the period, Jamestown's Ethan Odell tied the game to make it 1-1. And then roughly 4 minutes later at the 12:30 mark in the period, Jamestown takes the lead when Zane Wooger scores his first goal of the game to make it a 2-1 game. After the intermission break, Jamestown's Brady Nenown scored with 5:12 into the second period to put the Blue Jays on top of the Sabers with a 2-goal lead, making it 3-1. That was an even strength goal by Nenown. Both teams traded penalties as Jamestown's Brody Kruger was assessed a 2-minute penalty for interference and Legacy's Cruz Holt 2 minutes for roughing. No scoring after that. Going into the third period, the Sabres pulled to within one when Isaac Jerome gets a goal 1:39 into the third frame. The Sabres thought they'd tied the game in the late stages of the third period to make it 3-3, but the ref on the goal line signaled a goal, but the ref out at the neutral zone area waved it off. After some discussion, the referee at the neutral zone overturned the goal, which caused Legacy to lose 3-2. In the West region thus far, Minot sits on top with Legacy in second. And in the next few weeks, it could be interesting for Mandan, Jamestown, and Century. Mandan has 4 games remaining as they will be facing Jamestown, Minot, Botno Rugby, and your Sabres. Jamestown has 8 games remaining as they'll be facing Mandan, Dickinson, BHS, Century, Hazen Beulah, and Botno Rugby. Bismarck Century has 5 games remaining in the regular season as they come into next Thursday's contest with the Legacy on a 5-game winning 4 out of 6 games. They will face the Sabres next Thursday, like I said, and then they will be on the road for the 4 remaining games against West Fargo, Fargo North, Dickinson, and at home against Jamestown on February 10th. For Legacy, they have 2 regular season games remaining, one against Century, and then February 12th against Mandan. In the West region, Minot sits on top with 42 points. Legacy is trailing in second with 32. Minot at 28. Jamestown with 27. And Bismarck Century at 26. The next 3 weeks will be a grind for some of the teams as they jockey for position leading up to the WAD tournament, which will be held the 19th through the 21st. The Sabres are hoping to get back to the state tournament and to play against some of the Eastern region teams, with Grand Forks Central leading in the East region with an impressive 10-0 record with 35 points. Grand Forks River is second with 33 points, and West Fargo Cheyenne 24 points, Fargo Davies 21 points, and Devils Lake with 16 points. Since the second week of the season, when Legacy beat West Fargo in a shootout 6-5 and lost to Fargo North 8-3, Legacy went on a 10-game winning streak and going an impressive 13-1 in the last 14 games. The only loss is coming to Jamestown. How will Legacy play out the last 3 weeks in the regular season? I believe tonight is going to be the tale of how Legacy is going to finish. If they finish strong here against Jamestown tonight, I believe they'll come out victorious in the next 2 games against Century and Mandan. Now that is in my opinion from what I've seen out of your Sabres in the last 11 weeks. and it would be awesome to see them to make the state tournament. And if they get in there again with Minot, it would be awesome to see the Western two teams go up against these Eastern teams and defeat them. We want to thank everybody for watching tonight's broadcast as we bring it to live to you on the YouTube channel T Zanism. I'm your host, Tim Zander, saying thanks for watching Legacy Sabers Hockey. Lineups for for the Sabres tonight. For line number 1, Harrison Johnson's going to be centering with Beckham, Priestley, McKay, and number 10, Isaac Jerome. In the second line, Carter Madison is going to be centering with Kyler Renz and Ben Garley. For the third line, they're going to have Max Rude centering with Kyler Cooper Schwann and number 38, Maxon Johnson, brother of Harrison. For the third line, Spooner is going to be with Cruz Holt, and I'm not quite sure on who's going to be. I think it's going to be Jackson Peterson is going to be taking Eli Chafee's spot as he is feeling a little bit under the weather tonight.
Now it's time to meet the starters
for your defensive pairing for your Sabres, number 6, Bo Raschke is going to be with number 34, Carter Hoon. For the second defensive pair, there's going to be number 27, Jaden Essinger, and number 17, Brody Berger. And for the third defensive pairing, number 29, Aiden Zander is going to be with number 14, Chase Zietz. And between the pipes, senior, number 35, Brody Karumwitty.
Straight defense for Sabres, the sophomore number 6, Bo Raschke. And the other defenseman, the sophomore number 34, Carter Hood. And goal for the Sabres tonight is the senior number 35, Brody Karumwitty.
Your Sabres head coaches are co-coached by Wade Davison and Ryan Ferreter, along with assistant coach Trey Kautzman. And now, folks, stay tuned for the national anthem.
Prepare to begin tonight's contest. We ask that you please rise or move your head where it faces the flag as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Starting for the Blue Jays is going to be number 1, Leif Hansen, between the pipes. Gavin Schaefer, number 9, Max Whitman, number 10, Braxton Burkett, number 21, Ethan Odell, and that is your starting lineup for the Blue Jays. Thanks for joining us on Senior Night here in Bismarck, North Dakota as Your Sabers are setting to take on the Jamestown Bluejays. We want to thank everybody for watching tonight's broadcast on the YouTube channel T-Zanism, as we have 17 minutes on the clock, 2 teams and 1 puck to be tossed around for the next 51 minutes. I'm your host, Tim Zanner, saying thanks for watching Legacy Sabers Hockey. Taking the face off is going to be Beckham Priestley McKay going up against Gavin Schaefer. Face off won by the Blue Jays off the board, taken away by Presley McKay. Rashke plays the puck in the center ice, gets it back over to Hoon. He's going to get across center ice, and that one's going to come off the glove of Jamestown's Braxton Burkett. Centering pass, as that hits one in front, that's taken away by number 17, Brady Nenow. Rashke able to get a stick on that one. It's going to hit the pads of Hoon. And Johnson's going to retreat back behind his own net with 16:30 remaining in the period. Rashke over to Hoon. Nice little touch pass up to Renz. And Jamestown's going to send that one. Bouncing puck. Grumwoody sends that in the corner for Berger to pick up. Assinger with the puck on the near side. Skating with it high off the glass. That's going to hit nobody as Madison overskating the puck. He's battling along with Belzer. Renz shoots that one in, and that's taken away by Burkett. Braxton Burkett battling along with Madison into the corner. That one taken, and Berger sends that one into the zone. The Blue Jays with the puck behind Hansen. No pressure from Garley as they're waiting for things to set up. Hansen sends it to the near side for Goner to pick up. Garley tries to get a shovel pass over to Rude. Rude battling for the puck along with Rolfsma. Jamestown sends that one high off the boards. Rolfsma with the puck into the far side, out to the point for number 13. That's Ness. As Rude picks it up down below the goal line, he still has the puck high off the glass. That gets by the defenseman, Wurzer. Coming in on the attack is Schwann. He's looking over his shoulder to see if he has any help. He gets it down deep into the Blue Jays zone as Johnson picks it up. We have the J&J Johnson and Johnson connection as Max and Harrison are both out there for the Sabres. Puck picked up on the near side, getting across ice as Anderson sends it down for Bollinger to pick up. Kuhn picking it up on the near side. Skates it, gets it to Presley McKay. Out to Johnson, just out of reach. And Jamestown, Braxton Burkett to pick up the puck. Held in by the Sabres, but taken away momentarily. As Jerome sends that down deep, Rashke's going to have to play the puck down below his goal line as Gavin Schaefer's on the forecheck for the Blue Jays. Centering pass to the near side, misses its mark, and it's picked up by number 21, Ethan Odell. And we're going to get an offside on the Sabres. I do see that Beck TV is here. If you guys want to jump on over and watch their broadcast, feel free. But I certainly appreciate each and every one of you watching tonight on the YouTube channel, T-Zanism. Madison taking the draw against Schaefer, one back, and it's Wimmer held in by the Blue Jays. That hits the stick into the corners. Madison tries to knock his man off the puck. They bring it to the near side for Esslinger. Renz gets it up to Madison. Headman pass up to Garley. He's taken off the play. Looks like he's a little shaken up there, but he skates into the zone, and he's there with Renz. Berger trying to pack that one into the zone as it's picked up by Schaefer. Across into the deep into the zone. Berger's going to pick it up by Crumbley. 13 minutes remaining in a scoreless game. Off the stick of Renz. He holds that one into the Blue Jay zone as it's picked up by John Belzer. That one's going to go up and out of play. Now that's a souvenir for a happy fan. Rude taking the draw against Bollinger. Face-off won by the Sabres as Schwann sends that down deep into the Blue Jay zone. Picked up by Gumke. Cutting to the middle, loses the puck momentarily. Touch pass to Schwann. Was able to get that into the Blue Jay zone. They mishandle that, sending it into the far side, where it's going to be picked up by Aiden Ness. He's battling with Rude. A bouncing puck over Hoon. Max Johnson gets it to Raschke. Centering pass to Schwann. Down the right side, he's with Max Johnson and Rude. Johnson going to the net. Schwann behind the own net. He's going to backhand that out. He was going to try to get that to Raschke. Raschke pinching on the play as they get it around Bollinger and into the corner. Raschke pushes that one forward behind the net as Johnson picks the puck up. Nice play by Max Johnson to chip that around the defense. Xander with the puck on the near side, gaining the zone. Drop pass to Johnson. Priestley McKay gets it to Xander. He shoots Johnson right into the pads. He just needs to settle down a little bit. You can see the excitement in his knowing what's at stake here in this game. Puck taken away by Johnson. Gets it up to Priestley McKay. Tries to get a centering pass to Johnson. That one's poke checked away by the Blue Jays. Picked up by Burkett. Coming down the right side. Going up against Berger. Gets around him. Toe drag. Drop pass as Priestley McKay is going to pick it up. Going to get that to Hoon off the board awkwardly. Taken away by the Blue Jays. Shot. That one's off the post. Puck picked up by Nino as Burkett has it. Raschke going into the corner along with Nino. Centering shot coming in. Oh, nice job by Hoon to get that out there. Gets a pass over to Garley as that's hard off the net. As Crumwoody was kind of out of his net. Nino was right there in front. And Hoon helps him out by taking that puck and getting it down the ice. Unfortunately for an icing call. Face-off won by the Sabres. Taken away by Jamestown. Centering pass. That's going to come out to the point. Picked up by Aiden Ness. Ness getting it out to the point as they take that and send that into the corner. Raschke tries to shoot that into the corner, but it's taken by Jamestown. Working low. Hoon with a nice stick there. That's off the glass. Garley with the puck. Renz is right there. Garley tries to get it through the legs of Krumke. Renz picks it up at neutral ice. Renz coming down the left side, cutting in, tries to go to the short side, and Renz gets the go-ahead goal, the first goal. Excuse me. They say it's 1-1 on the board. I don't know what's going on there. It shouldn't be no score. As the Sabres, Kyler Renz coming in and getting the first goal for the Sabres. We'll see who they're going to give the assist to. Essinger with the puck in his own zone. Unassisted goal by Renz. Shot coming from Essinger at the point. That hits a couple bodies and goes into the corner. As I believe Max Johnson is battling for the puck in the corner along with, can't see, I think it's Jerome. I could be wrong. That's Rude. Rude comes out with it. Out to the point for Essinger. Skating shot in front. That's going to hit Johnson. Essinger is going to have to come back and get that. He's going to send that to the far side for Berger. Berger sends that down below the goal line of the Blue Jays. They're going to say icing coming up. Face off to the right side of Crumwitty as Johnson steps in to take that against Avery Miller. Jamestown gets a shot on that. Crumwitty sends that one aside. Down below is Miller. Centering pass, as that was a misfire by Rolfsma. Presley McKay trying to push that one forward, knocked away by number 21, Ethan Odell. As Jerome is upended. Right in front, Presley McKay looked like that got a redirect. And Hansen able to make the stop. Probably over here. Face off to the right side of Hansen as Presley McKay steps in to take the draw. Harrison Johnson gets into the corner. Out to the point for Raschke on the left side. Sends it over to the far side for Hoon. He's going to get a shot. That one's high and wide. As Jerome picks it up in the corner, gets it up to the point for Raschke. He chips that one with a 60-degree wedge. And it's held in by Hoon. Hoon using his baseball skills to glove that one down and keep it in the zone. As Jamestown trying to get it out off the boards. Picked up by Raschke. Raschke able to read that play as it was coming from the corner. Jerome trying to take it away from Whitman. Jerome with the puck in the corner. Face-off comes out of the zone. Brady Nenown with it, cutting to the middle. Going around three defenders. He's going to get a shot. That's going to go off the crossbar to the glass. And it's picked up by Nenown. Miller with the puck in the corner. Centering pass. That's going to go. Crumwitty looked like he was going to go across the crease to make the save. Luckily, he stayed there as the puck gets around the defense. And Garley coming in on it. Madison gets held up at the blue line. He rims it around. Garley coming in to get it at the half wall. Jamestown's going to send it around to the other side for Mason Grumke. Berger sends that into the Blue Jays zone. And they poke check it around Garley. Madison coming in to try to disrupt the plays. It's picked up on the other side by Grumke. Take it away. That's a centering pass as Madison was tied up. Essinger able to poke check that one forward. Picked up by Cooper Schwann. Schwann cutting in. Reverses angle. Gets it over to the point. Berger into the corner. Down behind Hansen. Schwann and Max Johnson battling for the puck as Rolfsma has the puck in the far corner. Sends it to the near side. Essinger's going to get to it. And he's going to come off just enough. Essinger and Melander, both referees. Melander calling the offsides. Essinger saying, no way. Sabres getting a line change. As Johnson takes the draw. Jaden Essinger gets that one, sends it down behind the Blue Jay zone. Hansen comes out to play the puck. Presley McKay backs around, knocks that one down, and is picked up by Burkett. He turns around, sends it behind his own net to be picked up on the near side by Werger. Flips that one out high. Picked up by Jerome. Centering pass. That goes to Jamestown's number 21, Ethan Odell, to be picked up on this side by Raschke. He dumps that one into the Blue Jay zone with 5:30 remaining in the first period. 1-0 is the score for the Sabres. Jamestown trying to send that one out as Johnson tries to glove it down, picked up by the Whitman. That one goes beyond Crumwitty. Picked up by Rashke, gloved down by Odell. Picked up by Hoon. Back to Rashke, deep in their own zone. To the near side for Renz. They're going to say offside, or icing. Thought they were saying offsides first. Turns out it's icing with 4:47 remaining in the first period. 1-0 is your score on a goal by Kyler Renz, unassisted. Face-off down in the Blue Jays zone. Face-off won by the Blue Jays. As Burkett tries to get a headman pass up to Bob Belzer, and they're going to get another icing call. Jamestown flying that one wing out of the zone, trying to catch the Sabres sleeping, and that was off its target, not a reach. And we got an icing back in the Blue Jay zone to the left side of their goalie. Hoon with it, gets it knocked away by Rolsma. Whitman gets the puck up, but it's taken away. Hoon's going to pick that up and knock poke checked away by Rolsma. Gets it to the near side by Belzer. Pass to Rolsma. That's going to go off the skates of Renz to Berger. Renz and Garley. Garley crashing the net. Renz, nice pass to Garley. Oh, just off his skate. Center pass and a goal by your Sabres. Nice job by Garley to get that pass back to Renz. He gets his second goal of the game. Kyler Renz with his second goal of the game, getting assisted by Garley. Garley crashing the net. Renz getting the puck to him. Went off his stick, but he followed that into the corner. Found Renz going to the net. And Renz able to score. Jamestown coming down the right side, getting around Berger, 17 versus 17. As Schaefer comes in and sprays Crumwitty. Berger pushing them out of the area. If that had been juniors, there would have been dropped mitts. Out to the point. Jamestown sends that down around Crumwitty. Goes all the way around to the other side. Centering pass misses its mark. Comes to the near side. Crumwitty watching that one all the way in as Johnson comes in to protect his goalie. Johnson going against Schaefer, pushing him out of there. Now Berger's showing him the size comparison there. Friesland McKay coming down the right side. Look, cuts to the middle. Now back to the left side. Has Jerome centering pass. That is taken away by a diving Aiden Ness. And Jamestown's coming the other way. Getting across center line into the zone. He now gets the puck taken away by Essinger. Nice pass up to Johnson. Sends it across ice, but that's poke checked away by number 5, Avery Miller. Jerome sends it up to Essinger. To the near side as Johnson's going to send that one out. Now they say it's touch, no ice. Jamestown's number 8, John Belzer, trying to get around Johnson, Maxon Johnson, picked up by Hoon. Maxon Johnson with the puck. Nice centering pass to Schwann. Schwann has one to go. He's going to go through the legs, and number 10, Braxton Burkett. If he would have done that, he was all by himself towards the net. And that Crumwitty sends that aside. In front, another shot. Nice job by the Sabres to collapse down and help Crumwitty. Jamestown with it on the far side. They ring it around behind the net. Rashke picks it up high off the glass. That comes off awkwardly out to the point. Kick back and forth as that comes off the skates of one of the players from Jamestown and goes down into the Sabres zone. 2-0 is your score. 2:03 remaining in the first period as it comes up to Garley. Off his stick. Picked up on the far side by Burkett. Gets a centering press to Nino. Nino trying to cut in on the left side. Looking for the point. That one comes hard off the stick of number 9, Whitman. Garley pushes that one forward. Ren's on the attack. All by himself. He's got to get across. Cutting in. Oh, he was going to try to feed. They say no goal. Madison mixing it up with Schaefer right in front of Hansen. As they say there was no goal. Referee Mark Nessick right there on top of the play. 1:37 remaining in the first period. 2-0 Sabres over the Blue Jays. Good evening to all you Sabre fans out there far and near. We appreciate you guys checking us out as we have 2 home games remaining after this, February 5th and February 12th. Burkett getting into the zone as he rims that around. Puck held in on the near side by Nino. Burkett with it, coming out with it. Madison has the speed. Madison all by himself. Will he get there? Shot coming in, right into the pads of Hansen. Right job by Rashke to knock that one away. Far side to Renz. Centering pass, that's going to go off the skate of Presley McKay. They're going to say no icing as it's going to be picked up by number 4, Gumke. Out to the point for Rashke. Decides against pinching on the play, which was a good decision. He takes that puck away and he sends it into the far corner. Presley McKay with 31 seconds remaining in the first. Jerome sends that down below the goal line to be picked up by Bonner. Gumke sends that out to the blue line, picked up by Rolsma. Jamestown having a tough time getting it out, gets it to Rashke. To Johnson, up to Presley McKay, right side. He's going to gain the zone with 7 seconds remaining. Shots are pretty equal. 5-4 in favor of the visitors on the scoreboard. As we head into the intermission break, Sabres on top of Blue Jays, 2-0. With that, I'm your host, Tim Zander, saying thanks for watching Legacy Sabres Hockey. Welcome back to the broadcast and welcome back to the ice, your Legacy Sabers, as they start the second period with a 2-goal lead over the Jamestown Bluejays. 2 goals coming from Kyler Renz, one unassisted, the other one assisted by Ben Garley. Turnover in front, Jamestown coming out with the puck, getting it to the far side. Crumwoody turns that one aside. Jerome sends that to the far side as Harrison sends that into the zone. Presley McKay centering pass up to Johnson. Shot point blank range, and Hansen turns that one away as he has to retreat back to the goal line. Jerome and Johnson battling for the puck. Gets it over to the far side for Presley McKay. Poke check forward by Raschke as Johnson is on the forecheck. He gets Burkett to turn it around, gets it out to Grumke. Taken away by Garley. Garley coming in all by himself, cutting to the backhand, tries to stuff it through the 5-hole, and Hansen's able to close the door with 15:54 remaining in the second period. Garley coming into the Blue Jays zone with some speed, gets on his head, just tries to bring it back to his backhand and go 5-hole on Hansen. Hansen closes the pads to get a stoppage in play. Face off to the left side of Hansen as that one's sent aside, and Garley breaks a stick. Why not break a stick on senior night? Berger with the puck gets it out to Brenz. Over to the far side for Esslinger. That one hits Hansen in the pads, and it's picked up by Jamestown's Ralfsema. Good crowd here on a Friday night in the VFW Sports Center on a cold, chilly night. And this brings up time for our first dad joke of the game. Hey, honey, my dad told me a joke about boxing the other day. I guess I missed the punchline. Sabers with the puck. Schwann trying to poke that one forward. And Jamestown able to get that one out as Berger's coming with the puck. Held in by Jamestown. Esslinger gets to the loose puck. Sends that around behind Crumwoody to be picked up near side by Max Johnson. Tries to get it out, but it's held in at the half wall by Goner. Both teams battling along the near side. Taken away by Jamestown, trying to cut to the middle. As Berger sends Ness to the ice. Centering pass. That's going to be a broken stick by Ralfsema. Sabres not able to get it out of the zone as Berger's going to pick it up and swing it to the near side. Johnson tried to get it out. He's able to do so, and the Blue Jays going to have to pick that one up as Bollinger gets it out to Schaff. And the Blue Jays caught offside. 14-17 remaining in the second period. The Sabres on top, 2-0. Also on top in the shots on goal with 11-7. Let us know where you're watching from. We always like to see the area that we cover. Bringing these games live to you from the VFW Sports Center. Next Thursday, the 5th, the Sabres will be playing against Century. And then the following Thursday, their final home game will be against Mandan on the 12th. As the Sabres battling down below the goal line of Hansen. Nice play by Raschke as he plays the puck, and we're going to get a penalty coming up on Jerome. This is going to be the first power play for the Blue Jays. .13:53 remaining as Isaac Jerome goes to the box for 2. Thank you for watching from Montana, as we hope to see Chase out on the ice for his first shift of the varsity game. Saber able to get that one out. Priestley McKay, he's able to win the race. Oh, and it just goes off the post. So close as he was on the forecheck. Priestley McKay with an opportunity there as Hansen escapes a short-handed goal. Burkett circling around with the puck. On the far side, Harrison Johnson trying to take that puck away. Hoon pinching on the play, but it's caught up in the pads of Belzer. Out to the point, Rasma, shot, that's going to be into the corner. The Sabres coming out with it, gets it around. Johnson gets it backhand to Priestley McKay, turnover by Jamestown, shot, short side, into the pads of Hansen. He sits down as he's thinking that one got behind the pads with 12:53 remaining in the second period. 1 minute remaining in the penalty to Isaac Jerome. Thank you for watching from Florida. What I wouldn't give to be there. And Detroit Lakes, we want to thank you also for watching. Face-off won by the Blue Jays. They send it around the net behind Hansen as Grumke kicks it up. He's going to try and settle it down as Garley is on the man high and Schwann is the one in the middle. Trying to get it around Berger as Whitman try to hold that one on. It's picked up by Ninau. Assinger getting his stick down, working on it. They have two guys high. Centering pass into the skates. Sabres high off the glass, bouncing puck. That's going to get out. Garley on the forecheck. He's going to try and beat Grumke. Not able to do so. As Garley's getting back, Schwann's there to help him out. Knocks Grumke off the play. Nice job by Berger. That's backhanded out of the zone. Schwann on the attack. Hansen's coming out of the net. Upended a little bit as he gets pushed by Raschke. Playing the body on that one, taking Ninau out of the play. Goes into the quarter. Rude gets around one defender, picked up by Schwann. He backhands that up to Max Johnson, who's able to hold his feet. Rolsma backhands that over here to the near side for Burkett. Sabres keeping the Blue Jays down in their own zone as Burkett sent that over to the far side, and Otto gets that into the Sabres zone. Taken away by Rude behind the net. Rude battling against Goner. Excuse me, that's Miller from the Blue Jays as Bo Raschke picks it up. A little bit of extra activity going on in the corner between Miller and Rude. Referees letting them play out as Johnson tries to get that up to Madison, and that's going to be an icing call coming up on the Sabres with 10:51 remaining. Got a little tongue-tied there. Do you know what kind of shoes ninjas wear, my dear? Sneakers. Back to the action. The Sabres try to win the faceoff. Blue Jays able to hold it in, but Hoon sends that high off the glass. Bouncing puck could not get around Braxton Burkett. As Jerome comes in there to help out, Burkett sends that around to the far side as John Belzer picks that one up. Now he sends it behind Crumwoody. Hoon sends that back over to Raschke. Raschke with some poise sends that one in there. One thing I like about Bo Raschke is he just plays with patience. Just poised out there, doesn't get excited, and does a nice job defensively for the Sabres. Sabres keeping it down low as Presley McKay upended from behind, no call. That gets poked away. Jamestown's Belzer coming in, shot. Glove set. They call the goal. They called it off as Crumwoody saved by the whistle. Mark Nessett made the call, blew the whistle. And that one came out of the glove as Belzer was able to get a rebound and put that through the pads of Crumwoody. But unfortunately for the Blue Jays, the referee had blown the whistle. Face off to the right side of Crumwoody. That's his blocker side with 10 minutes remaining in the second. 2-0 is your score as they kick Madison out of the circle. Ren's coming in now to take his spot as he goes up against Bollinger. Berger trying to get it around Bollinger as Madison comes in, plays the angle, comes out in front. Garley's going to pick up the puck. Garley's going to go over to the far side. He was looking for Essinger as he was going deep on the far side, and it's picked up by the Blue Jays. Tipped down by Garley. He's going to follow that one. He's going to try and push it back behind, but Jamestown's Brady Anderson picks it up and gets it to Bollinger. Madison battling for it in the corner. Comes down below as Berger picks it up, gets it up to the glass of Garley. Garley and Renz, great pair to Madison. He shoots. Renz picks that one up, gets it back to Madison. He's down into a skate, picked up by Bollinger as Madison's held behind the play, and Renz going to retreat back in his own zone to get it across ice. Tipped forward by Berger. He's going to get that into the zone. No icing as Jamestown's Mason Gumke picks up the puck. Coming in cross center ice with speed. Raschke trying to get it over Gumke. Schwann, Cooper Schwann. We got a penalty coming up on Jamestown. And we got a goal as Raschke follows up his shot out of net, follows it in, and he gets the third goal for the Sabres with 8:36 remaining in the second period. Raschke on a goal as he follows his shot to the net, beating Jamestown's goalie Leif Hansen to make it 3-0. We'll see who they gave the assist to as Schwann was there to help him out.
Scoring for your Sabres, Varsity, with an assist from number 21, Cooper Schwann. Time 8:24.
Cooper Schwann on the assist to the goal for Raschke. Face off to the right side of Hansen. One back to the point to Raschke. Raschke sends that down into the zone. That one hits awkwardly off the door. Penalty coming up and a power play for the Sabres, as this is their first power play of the evening. Jerome with the puck. 7:36 remaining in the second. 3-0. Cross ice pass to Harrison Johnson. Pushes that one forward. Picked up by Priestley McKay. Backhands that one. Follows that in the corner. He gets checked from behind. That comes out to the point for Raschke. Shot coming. That's Hansen that gets it. Raschke follows it down into the corner as he gets a second stab at it. Priestley McKay now down below Hansen. He's getting worked off by number 21, Ethan Otto, as it's picked up by Harrison Johnson at the half wall. Out to the point for Hoon. Hoon and Johnson with the puck with 43 seconds remaining on the power play. Hoon to the near side for Johnson. Tries to get it into the hands, and that one sent deep down into the Sabre zone as Crumwoody not going to play that one. 30 seconds remaining on the power play, and as Hoon picks it up, gets it to Johnson. Burkett with the puck, tries to dance around a couple of defenders. That one gets through to the end boards as Madison gets it up to Johnson. Coming down the right side. Passes that, thinking that Hoon or Renz was there, but there was nothing there, and Jamestown gets that one out. Both teams, even strength. Hoon gets it up to Renz. Down into their own zone. He loses an edge, but it's picked up by Jamestown's number 3, Gavin Schaefer. Taken away by the Sabers, Carter Hoon. Hoon sends it to the near side for Madison. With under 6 minutes remaining in the second period. 3-0 is the score as Jamestown has it in the Saber zone. Madison trying to knock Ninow off the puck, not able to do so. Whitman battling down below the goal line of Crumwitty. Picked up by Madison. Gets a headman pass up to Renz. Gets around the defense. Renz has one man to beat. Shot that one. He tries to go far side on that one. And that's turned aside by Hansen. Drumkey tries to get a shot on there, and a good stick by Essinger. That one goes up in the netting for a stoppage in play with 5.5 remaining in the second period. Arizona, thank you for watching. We have relatives that live in the Mesa Tempe area. We like getting down there every so often, and right now I'd really like to be down there with the 6 degrees that we have here in Bismarck. Schwann doing what he does best, working along the boards, trying to knock that puck loose, still with it, but it kicks out as it's taken away by Avery Miller. To the near side for John Belzer, gets a centering pass as Rumfeld gets that puck knocked away. Into the skates. Nice job by Crumwitty. Good concentration to watch that one aside. Johnson, he gets leveled, and we're going to get a penalty coming up on Jamestown. Johnson didn't even have the puck as Jamestown's Aiden Ness put the shoulder into him. Looks like Johnson's okay, though. Getting up under his own power. Going to be the second power play. They're going to look at this here. The referees are having a little conference there to see if it's more severe than a 2-minute, but they come out of that with only 2 minutes on the clock. As a penalty to Jamestown's Aiden Ness. He's going to the box for elbowing. As it's going to be the second power play for the Sabres. Jerome sends it to the near side for Harrison Johnson. He gets it out to the point for Raschke. To the far side for Garley. To the near side, Harrison. Harrison Johnson with the puck. Sends it down low to Priestley McKay. At the half wall, he switches spots with Johnson. Back and Priestley drops it off for... And that's taken away by Jerome. And we got a 3-on-2 coming. Held onside. That's going to hit a stick, go to the end boards. Ninow tries to get a pass. Picked up by Jerome. Isaac Jerome getting across center ice to Johnson. Oh, he tried to get a centering pass over to Priestley McKay, and that's taken away by Jamestown's number 17, Ninow. 4 minutes remaining in the second period. 1 minute remaining on the penalty to Jamestown. As Jerome tries to chip that one forward to Raschke. Priestley McKay on the forecheck. Wolfsma with the puck into the corner, trying to get it around a couple players. Take it away by Garley. Garley behind his own net. Gets it to Johnson. He's going to chip that one forward to Garley. Garley tried to get that to Jerome. Isaac Jerome. As it's picked up by Carter Madison. Coming in on the left side. Gets around one defender. Cutting in. Waiting patiently. Gets it out to the point for Harrison Johnson. Back down to Madison. He sends that below the goal line to be picked up by Jerome. He's upended behind the net. Raschke trying to, that's Hoon trying to get that over to Johnson. And we're going to get a penalty coming up on Berger for interference. I don't know. They should have probably called something for some behind the net. There's a little activity going on there. But we have 6 seconds remaining on the penalty to Jamestown's Aiden Ness as Brody Berger goes to the box for interference. Going to be the second penalty kill for the Sabres in 6 seconds. Schwann gets it over to the near side, cutting to the middle is Renz. Both teams, Jamestown even strength, or full strength, I should say. Raschke sends that one all the way around. Hansen picking it up on his own net. 2.5 minutes remaining in the second period. 3-0 is the score with 1.5 minutes remaining on the penalty to Berger. Burkett with the puck, trying to get around the Sabres. Burkett still with it, cutting in, tries to stuff it short side. That goes up and behind the net, and the Sabres do a nice job helping Crumwoody out as it comes to the near side for Rolsma. Shot, that one hits Essinger, that goes behind the net as Goner sends it out to the point for Burkett. Schwann battling along the near boards. Boone with the puck, trying to win the race to the loose puck, gets it, backs that one down into the Blue Jays zone with 1 minute 50 seconds remaining. Blue Jays coming across center ice. Belzer with some speed, trying to get around Xander. Blue Jays get it to the far side. That's going to be shot. That's going to go off the post into the corner. Presley McKay sends that one far as Madison's on the forecheck. He's going to try to cause a turnover. He's staying with this man. Nice job by Madison tying his man up as Presley McKay comes in to help kill off the penalty with 7 seconds remaining. Sabres able to get that into the Blue Jays zone with 1 minute remaining in the period. Sabres full strength. And we're going to get an icing call coming up on the Blue Jays.
51 seconds left in the period. 51 seconds left.
Face off to the left side of Hansen as Rude takes the draw against Jamestown's Gavin Schaefer. One back by Schaefer. Rude sends Schaefer to the ice. 42 seconds remaining in the period as Otto tries to get that into the Sabre zone. Backhanded around to Raschke. High off the glass, gets it around the defense. Garley's all by himself, cutting in. He's going to have number 10 there for defense. Burkett. Oh, nice shot by Garley. Good patience to wait for Burkett to hit the ice. Cut around him as Rube is battling down below the goal line. 15 seconds remain in the period. Cross ice pass. Headman across center ice. Shot. Nice toe save by Crumwoody. Down below the net is Ninow with the puck. Centering pass. Shot coming. Ninow save. That's going to be the end of the period. Their Sabres are going to go into the locker room with a 3-0 lead. Shots are in favor of. Well, hello there, Mario. What a second period for your Sabres, coming out, firing on all cylinders with great opportunities, only netting 1 goal in that period. But man, what action between the two teams as the goal comes from Bo Raschke coming in to the left side of Hansen, gets the initial shot, follows it up, and is able to beat Hansen glove side to make it a 3-0 game. And that goal was assisted by number 21, Cooper Schwann, who I've been saying since the mid part of the season has been doing a stellar job along the boards, battling down below the goal line on the sideboards. Seems to always grind and come out with a loose puck 85% of the time. With that, we're going to give you guys a few minutes to fill up those beverages, maybe get something to eat, and maybe have a bathroom break. As I'm your host, Tim Zander, saying thanks for watching Legacy Sabres Hockey. Come back to the ice, your Legacy Sabers. As we get set to take the third period, scoring for your Sabres so far in the game has 2 coming from Kyler Renz, 1 unassisted, and the second one assisted by Ben Garley. And for the third goal, Rashke, who was assisted from Cooper Schwann. Sabres are 0 for 2 on the power play. And I think there's a little bit of time left. That's a dot. And I think there's some time left on the penalty to Berger as he went to the box for interference. As we get ready to take the puck drop on senior night here in the VFW Sports Center, we want to thank everybody for taking the time once again to watch tonight's broadcast. I know we could be watching it on Beck TV. But you have chosen to watch it on the YouTube channel T-Zanism. As I stated early in the game, Sabres will be back in action next Thursday against Century and on February 12th for the last regular season game against Mandan. And then February 19th through the 21st, WDA. Minot and Legacy 1 and 2 so far in the West region. And in the East region, 1 and 2 is the Grand Forks teams, Grand Forks Central and Grand Forks Red River. Nothing. No. I don't know what I did with it. As we are waiting for the ice to set up just a bit. Hey dear, what do you call someone who doesn't fart in public? A private tutor. And I could tell that has just got you guys busting a gut, wanting more.
No, it doesn't.
What did the fish say when it hit a wall? Damn. If you guys could see the face that my wife just gave me. They always say a face is worth 1,000 words.
Look at the dropping viewers because they know bad things.
Uh-oh, please come back, viewers. I'll stop telling jokes if you come back. Both teams even strength. As the penalty to Berger ended, must have been right at the end of the period. As Johnson, Presley McKay, and Jerome are out there for the forwards. Defensively, they have Rashke and Hoon. 3-0 is your score. As Burkett picks it up in his own zone. He's knocked off the play by Jerome, but it's picked up by number 5, Avery Miller. Taken away by Rashke. Picked up, and he's put down to the centering pass. Coming, taken away by Hoon. Gets it up to Presley McKay. He's tripped up. I don't know how that wasn't close to a knee. Presley McKay picks it up down the line. Reverses direction. Tries to get it over to Jerome. He tries to push that one forward. As Burkett sends it around. Burkett coming out of the zone to the near side. Belzer cutting to the middle. Drop pass coming from Rosemont. Cromwoody with an outstanding save as he comes across the crease and makes a leg save. But unfortunately can't make all the saves. And Jamestown gets on the board as Parker Rolsma gets the first goal for Jamestown. Cromwoody making 2 outstanding saves. Sabres defense unable to clear that one out. And Rolsma able to beat Crumwoody over the shoulder, blocker side.
The Jamestown Bluejays goal scored number 16, Carter Olson, with assists from number 8, John Nelson.
Ren sends that one into the Blue Jay zone. Comes out to the point for Berger on the right side. He's going to get a shot from the point. That hits somebody in front, and it's picked up by Jamestown's Gavin Schaefer. Sent off the board as Berger sends that back out. And Jamestown's it back in. Jamestown offsides. Esslinger coming out of the zone with speed. He's going to send it off the boards, get it to Garley. He's going to cut to the middle. That's going to go off the pads of Ness. Esslinger pinching on the play. Not able to hold on to it. Renz is there to back him up. Backhands it over to the far side for Berger. Near side for Esslinger. Garley coming off the bench. Esslinger thought he was going to go for a pass. And Garley went for a line change as Rude picks it up. Bouncing puck. Held in by Johnson. Max Johnson with it. Nice job by Schwann, able to take the loose puck away. Gets it to Rude. Push forward for Max Johnson. Schwann gets it out to Raschke, who gets it out to point. Who gets a shot? And Hansen makes the save. 14:40 remaining in the third period. 3-1 is the score as Jamestown gets on the board with a goal by Parker Rolfsma. I do apologize if I'm saying that name wrong. Face off to the left side of Hansen, won by the Sabres. President McKay sends it behind the net. Tries to stuff it short side. That went in. That hit the post, and it comes back. And it's waved off by Nesset as it looked like Hansen. It looked like it hit the post. And Presley McKay with the face-off. Jamestown sends it over. Wolfsman overskates the puck, gets it to Drone. He backhands that down below the goal line. Presley McKay gets it out to Jerome. He's going to fire that one. Nice job by Johnson to get it out to Raschke with some time. Raschke holding his man up into the skates. And Rolsma trying to get through traffic. Kuhn on the back check. Down low. Jamestown centering pass. Comes all the way out to the point. There should be somebody in the crease. And it's a one-goal game. Jamestown gets on the board as number 21, Ethan Odell, gets the goal, assisted by number 16, Parker Rolsma.
John Nelson, number 16, Parker Rolsma. From Nelson, and Rolsma.
13:55 remaining in this third period. Esslinger over to the far side for Berger. Swinging around, gets it up to Renz. Cuts to the middle, still with the puck, gets across center ice. Poke checked away by Burkett. Tries to get it to the near side for Ninow. He has the puck as he gets rubbed off by Esslinger. Essler and Ninow into the skates as Madison's there to help out. That's going to hit this as Madison and Esslinger in the corner. Burkett battling at the half wall on the near side. Out to the point to cut to the middle. They try to go short side on Crumwoody, but that one goes to the end boards as Madison knocks his man off the puck. Comes out to Garley. Tries to chip that one by. Held in by the Blue Jays. Crumwoody sends that into the corner. Jamestown giving it to the Sabres right now. Shot coming. That hits somebody in front. Both Sabers, Renz and Madison down on the ice. Burkett dancing around the Sabers. Burkett gets the puck. Renz breaks the stick. Shot blocked by Garley. He's stunned getting off. He can't get off the ice. He's a little shaken up on the play. He takes that one where there's no padding. Garley on the bench. Hopefully he's okay as he blocked that shot coming from the point from Jamestown. Brood battling down below Hansen. Max Johnson coming in. Brood coming out with a puck. As that one's run around by Schwann. That comes off the wall awkwardly. Picked up by Raschke. Oh, Hoon had Schwann breaking across the blue line out of his reach. And we get an icing call coming up on the Sabres. 11:48 remaining in the third period. 3-2 is now the score. Timeout, Sabres, with 11:48 remaining in the period. See what the head coaches have in store for the Sabres. Hopefully they can settle them down here, as Jamestown came out with a little energy in the beginning of the third period. Approximately a little over 5:50 off the clock. Shots on goal are favor of the Sabres, 25-16. Timeout taken by the Sabres. Jamestown breaking the huddle. They're out there with Donner, Belzer, and Rolfsma. For the forwards defensively, they have Ness and Grumke. For the Sabres, defensively, they have Raschke and Hoon. And for the forwards, they have Johnson, Presley McKay, and Jerome. Face-off won by the Blue Jays. Rolfsma turning it around into the skates. Up high. Raschke tries to cut off his man. Gets behind the net. Johnson picking it up. Backhands it. Gets it into the skates, but it's held in. And a huge rebound by Crumwoody. Poke checked away by Hoon. Backhands it right to the Jamestown player. Comes out to the point. Shot glove saved by Crumwoody. Scary pass. As that one came out to the point for Jamestown, they got a shot on Crumwoody, but he's able to get a glove on it with 11:23 remaining in the third period. Sabres on top by a score of 3-2. Madison taking the draw against Schaefer. They're going to kick Madison out of the and let Kyler Renz take over. Face-off won by the Sabres as Berger picks it up, sends that up and in to the fan stand. Carter Madison looks like he's going to take the draw. Still going up against Schaefer. Face-off won by the Sabres. Right in front, Grumke with a nice save. As Essinger and Berger come in to clear out the net. Got to get rid of this. Face off to the left side of Crumwitty. Berger sends that one around to the far side for Garley to send out. Knocked down by Schaefer. Picked up by Berger behind the net. Off the boards, dasher boards. Off sides on Jamestown. Berger's going to have to settle it down behind his own net. Chipped away as he was going to come out to Renz. Assinger trying to get that forward. Held in at the point. Garley getting the puck across center ice. Couldn't get it through. Puts on the brakes as the Blue Jays try to get it out. Essinger with the puck. Off the board, held in by the Blue Jays, number 13, Aiden Ness. Renz sends that one out, held in by number 29, Zane Werzer. Gets that over to the near side. Gonna try and catch the Sabres on a line change. Rolsma centering pass. Goes over to the far side for Werzer. He holds it in. Picked up. Poke check. Shot. Fans on it. Hoon's going to send it to the near side for Schwann. Checks over his shoulder. Has Johnson battling that one forward. Not able to do so. Hit forward by Rude. Raschke. No high stick. There's Bollinger. Sends that to the net. Jamestown has Legacy on their heels at the moment as Hoon has the puck, sends it to the near side for Harrison Johnson to the far side, Raschke. Centering pass, that gets through traffic. They're going to say offside on Jamestown as Raschke picks it up into the zone to Jerome. Sends it off the boards. We're going to get an icing call coming up on the Sabres with 9:12 remaining. Let's see if the Sabres can find the momentum train and turn the tides here on Jamestown as they've come on hot and heavy here in the third period as Harrison Johnson takes the face-off against Avery Miller. Wins it out to Ethan Odell. Harrison Johnson, centering pass as Jerome gets a stick on number 8, John Belzer. He was in front. There was a stick to the head on Presley McKay, and Crumwoody able to make the save. 8:48 remaining in the third period. 3-2 is your score. 2 quick goals by Jamestown to make it a 1-goal game. Shots now are 25-19 Sabres. Face-off won by the Sabres momentarily. Assinger with the puck. Able to get it up to Renz. He sends it to the far side. Madison chips that around as Garley's there. He tries to get a chip. And they beat Crumwoody over the glove side to make it a 3-3 game with 8:26 remaining in the period. Braxton Burkett getting the game-tying goal.
Come on, run it, play.
Legacy on their heels. We need to find a momentum changer. Raschke with the puck. Chipped forward by Renz. Gets by Raschke. Kuhn gonna pick it up behind Crumwoody. Raschke with the puck. Up to Renz. He's gonna get knocked off the play. Burkett with the puck. He sends that into the Sabres zone. We should have a tripping call coming up on Burkett. He's got his hands up like he did nothing, and he totally hooked Renz. Got the extra attacker coming out as Hansen comes out to play the puck. Burkett looking at the referee like he did nothing wrong on that one and totally pulled Renz down behind the play. Sabres on the power play with 7:36 remaining in regulation. This is going to be the third power play for the Sabres on the evening. Currently, they 0 for 2 on the power play. Jerome picks it up behind Hansen. Setting it up out to Garley. Down to Hansen. Presley McKay out to the, is working it in front of the net. Harrison, shot! Saved by Hansen. Raschke picking the puck up. Nice passing by the Sabres. Johnson with a shot. That is blocked in front by Gumke as Johnson picks it up behind the net. Out to the point for Raschke. To the right side for Harrison. That's taken away. We're going to have a 2-on-1. Belzer along with Rolsma. Shot. That's going to hit Raschke. 3-on-2 coming. Jerome to Johnson. Chip pass forward. Goal by the Sabres! 6:37 remaining in the game as Jerome pushes it past Hansen to go up 4-3. 3-on-2 coming into the Blue Jays zone. Jerome getting the shot. Passing between him, Johnson, and Presley McKay to get the go-ahead goal with 6:37 remaining in the third period. That was a power play goal for the Sabres. They say assisted by Presley McKay. And number 8, Harrison Johnson.
Presley McKay and Johnson, time of the goal, 10:23 of the third.
We got a barn burner here at the VFW Sports Center on this chipper, frigid Friday night. Berger trying to get that up. Almost taken away by Max Johnson. Rude has it, trying to push that one forward as it's going to come to the near side for Brady Nino. He mishandles the puck, gets it out to the point. Taken away by Schwann as he does his nice job. And Max Johnson picks the puck up. Turnover right in front of Crumwoody by Berger. And the Sabres escaping one there. Schwann can't handle as it was in his skates. Picked up by Nino. Brent's trying to knock him off the play. Drop pass back to Nino. That came from Braxton Burkett. Nino holding up, I believe it's Essinger in the corner. Madison coming in there to help him out. 5.5 minutes remaining in the third period as Madison's trying to work Rolfsma off the play. Berger trying to catch Ren streaking at the center ice. Essinger with the puck. He's going to gain the zone and let the forwards go on the attack. Johnson picking it up behind Hansen. To Jerome. Shot. That one's high. Misses the corner by inches. And the Sabres are going to have to regroup at center ice. Coming out is Raschke. Gets it up to Jerome. He's going to get around a couple defenders. Try to cut to the middle. He's knocked out the play. We're going to have a penalty coming up on Jamestown. Going to get it for tripping as Mason Gumke goes to the box for 2. Power play number 4 for the Sabres. Currently 1 for 3. As they have Presley McKay out there with Isaac Jerome and Ben Garley. Defensively, they have Bo Raschke. And Harrison Johnson. Raschke gets it to Garley. He sends it around to Jerome down at the goal line on the near side, up to the half wall to Garley. Garley looking. Johnson sends it behind the net. That goes off the net. Presley McCabe going up against Burkett. It comes out to Johnson, taken away, and Burkett sends out the length of the ice with a minute and a half remaining in the power play for the Sabres. Raschke picking it up behind Crumwitty as Nino is on the forward check. Hard pass up to the blue line. Jerome gets around the defender. Still with the puck, holding on to it. Into the skates of Johnson. Cross ice pass. Priestley McKay off balance. Shot. That one goes into the corner. Picked up on the far side by Harrison Johnson. Priestley McKay backing in at the corner. Gets it out to the point. Now to Raschke from the point. Shot. Didn't miss by much. Is a good save by Hansen. Raschke now over to the far side for Johnson. 3.5 minutes remaining in the period. Priestley McKay taken down. Shot. That one gets behind Hansen. Can't see it. As he gets back in the net. Tipped out. And the Sabres are going to have to regroup. Raschke picking up the puck with 3.5 minutes remaining in the period. 30 seconds remaining on the power play. Berger is going to catch Madison offsides as a miscommunication at the blue line. The momentum has changed and tilted into Sabres' favor here in the last minute and a half since the goal by by Jerome. As Madison steps in to take the draw, he's out there with Renz and Schwann. Renz gets the puck on the near side, down along the half wall. Still with it down below the goal line. Looking for a centering pass, gets knocked away. And that's going to help kill off the penalty as Crumwitty plays the puck. 11 seconds remaining on the power play as nice Mohawk fake move by Hoon. He's going to follow that pass in off the glass. Can't be held in by Renz. Schwann getting up to the near side for Berger. Can't quite get enough on it, but it goes to the end boards as Carter Madison comes in there to make Aiden Ness make the play. Sabres are lucky as Rolfsma was sneaking behind the defense on that and got caught offside. 2.5 minutes remaining. It's a 1-goal game. Sabres on top, 4-3. Shots on goal are in favor of the Sabres, 29-20. As Crumwitty has turned aside 17 of those 20 shots. Harrison Johnson taking the draw against Donner. Donner with the puck. Rims that around to the near side. Essinger getting the puck. Donner with the puck high off the glass. Rolfsma with it. Shot. That one's high and wide. That one's going to come out. And Burkett sends that into the zone. Picked up by Johnson. Turned over at the blue line. Into the skates. Essinger trying to get that poked away. And Crumwitty watches that one into the corner as Schaefer comes into the puck, tries to cut to the middle, but it's taken away, tipped away. Cross ice pass. That one's behind Otto. Centering pass. Nice job by Isaac Jerome to get that out. Presley McCabe battling against Burkett. Down low, Burkett with the puck. Sends that one to the near side as that's picked up by Schaefer. Gavin Schaefer with the puck. 1.5 minutes remaining. Schaefer falls down. Garley trying to pick the pocket of Nino. Sent over to the far side for Gumke. Raschke with the puck in his own zone off the glass. Tries to get that up to Madison. As Burkett spins it around. Gets it across ice. Misplayed by Whitman, but it goes to the end boards. Raschke sends that one in, held in by Burkett. He's knocked off the play by Madison. We got an empty net for Jamestown out to the point. That's in front. 48 seconds remaining in the game. Empty net for the Blue Jays. Puck's down low behind Crumwitty. Crumwitty with the poke save. Poked away by Garley. He's going to try and win the race to the Sent it into the zone. That one's going to go wide of the net. Garley's on the forecheck. Going up against Burkett. They send him into the wall. That's tipped away and picked up by number 5. That should be an offside call as Rosemont was way offside. Saved by Cromwitty! With 14 seconds remaining in the game, Renz is going to go to the box as he sends Ninow into the crossbar. As a referee standing right there, they should have blown the whistle, but it must have been in view, and they didn't blow it. Renz going to the box for 2. We're going to have 6-on-4 for the next 14 seconds. 4-on-3 face-offs in the Sabres zone to the right, right side of Cromwitty.
Go Sabres!
Timeout Jamestown.
2 minutes for London. Timeout Jamestown.
Stick with us, folks. We got a barn burner here with 14 seconds remaining. Jamestown taking a timeout. Face-off in Sabres zone. It is now 6-on-4 for the next 14 seconds. Thank you to everybody watching tonight's game. I love how you guys watch the YouTube channel and support the Sabres from near and far. Whether you're a snowbird or just a family member in another state, it's fun to watch the viewers' numbers rise on the games as we bring them to you live. The unfortunate part is after February 12th, we're going to have to leave the games, go to the professionals, and let PSP Network broadcast those games. As I'll be there in spirit. Probably broadcasting silently to myself in the stands. That's the end of the timeout. Special teams for the Sabres. Johnson, Priestley McKay. Rashke and Hoon. Goner taking the face-off against Johnson. Face-off one back, out to the point. Rolsma shot, blocker save. Centering pass, behind the net, 6 seconds. Another shot, that one goes wide. Blue Jays dancing like they tied the game, and that's going to be the end of it. And the end of regulation. Your Sabres defeat the Jamestown Bluejays 4-3. What a great game as the Sabres come out in the third period to get the go-ahead goal by by Jerome. I hope that game was as fun for you to watch as it was for me to broadcast. Two teams coming together to shake hands. Isaac Jerome getting the game winner against Jamestown. The assist coming from Beckham, Presley McKay, and Harrison Johnson. Always like to keep it together here for the end of the game, and the important part when the two teams come together and give thanks to the man upstairs for the gifts and talents in which they receive. Playing for an audience of one. Both teams coming together. There you have it, folks. Legacy Sabres defeating the Jamestown Bluejays 4-3 in regulation. We want to thank you again for watching the broadcast tonight, wherever you may be, near or far. I'm your host, Tim Zander, saying thanks for watching Legacy Sabres Hockey. Have a good evening and a good night.